Boxcar Children and TTF Kid Storytime. This is my favorite book, Boxcar Children. I like it because they live in a boxcar, and it's cool how they pack up all their food and they survive in the boxcar. It's cool to me. I'm gonna get started. The book is a little ripped, and I have a second one in Mary Mimi's house. So, I will be taking, I think I have one of these at home, so it will be a different book. But it's the exact same pages, basically. But it's a different lining, so it's better. Because this one's ripping. So, let's get started. One warm night, 4 children stood in front of a bakery. No one knew them. No one knew where they had come from. The baker's wife saw them first as they stood looking in the window of her store. The little boy was looking at cakes, and the big boy was looking at loaves of bread, and the 2 girls were looking at the cookies. Now, the baker's wife did not like children. She did not like boys at all. So she came to the front window of the bakery and listened, looking at very cross. The cake is good, Jesse, said the little boy. He is about 5 years old. Yes, Benny, said the big girl. But the bread is better for you. Isn't it, Henry? Oh, yes, said Henry. We must have some bread. And cake is not good for you, Benny. And Violet. Benny and Violet. And I like the bread. I like bread the best anyway, said Violet. She was about 10 years old, and she had pretty brown hair and brown eyes. That is just like you, Violet. That is just like you, Violet, said Henry, smiling at her. Let's go into the bakery. Maybe they will let us stay for the night. The baker's wife looked at them as they came in. I want 3 loaves of bread, please, said Jessie. She smiled politely at the woman, but the woman did not smile back. But the woman did not smile. She looked at Henry as he put his hand in his pocket for the money. She looked cross, but she sold him the bread. Jessie was looking around too, and she saw a long red bench under each window of the bakery. The benches had flat red pillows on them. Will you let us stay here for the night? Asked Jessie. Jessie asked. We could sleep on those benches, and tomorrow we would help you wash the dishes and do things for you. Now the woman liked this. She did not like to wash dishes very well. She would Sorry guys, I'm just looking for the second chapter. This book can't be too long, right? Oh, there's the last chapter. And oh dang it, I lost my spot. Sorry guys, let me just she would like to have a big boy to help her with work. Where are your father and mother? She asked. They are dead, said Henry. We have a grandfather in Greenfield, but we don't like him, said Benny. Jessie put her hand over the little boy's mouth before he could say more. Oh, Benny, keep still, she said. Why don't you like your grandfather? Asked the woman. He is our father's father, and he didn't like our mother, said Henry, so we don't think he will like us. Well, we are afraid he would be mean to us. Did you ever see him? Asked the woman. No, answered Henry. Then why do you think he would be mean to you? Asked the woman. Well, we never came to see us, said Henry. He doesn't like us at all. Where did you live before you came here? Asked the woman. But not one of the 4 children would tell her. Well, get along, all right, said Jessie. Get along, said Jessie. Well, get along, all right, said Jessie. We want to stay here for only one night. You may stay here tonight, said the woman at last. And tomorrow we'll see what we can do. Henry thanked her politely. And all pretty tired and hungry, he said. The children sat down on the floor. Henry cut one of the loaves of bread into 4 pieces with his knife, and the children began to eat. Delicious, said Henry. Well, I never, said the woman. Well, she went into the room and shut the door. I'm glad she is gone, remarked Benny, eating. She doesn't like us. Sorry guys, just shh, Benny said, shh, Benny, shh, shh, Benny, said Jessie. She is good to let us sleep here. After supper, the children lay down on their benches, and Violet and Benny soon went to sleep. But Jessie and Henry could hear the woman talking to the baker. She said, I'll keep the 3 older children, and they can help me, but the little boy must go to the children's home. He is too little and I cannot take care of him. The baker answered, very well. Tomorrow I'll take the little boy to the children's home. We'll keep the others for a while, but they must tell us who their grandfather is. Jessie and Henry waited until the baker and his wife had gone to bed. Then they sat up in the dark. Oh, Henry, whispered Jessie, let's run away from here. Yes, indeed, said Henry. We'll never let Benny go to the children's home. Never, never. We must be far away by this morning, or they will find us. But we must not leave any of our things here. Jessie sat still thinking. Our clothes and cake and cake of soap and towels. Our clothes and cake of soap, and towels are in the big laundry bag. That's just me probably watching a movie. Laundry bag, she said. Violet was her little work bag. Violet was her little work bag, and we have 2 loaves of bread left. Have you your knife and money? Yes, said Henry. I've got almost $4. You must carry Benny, said Jessie. He will cry if we wake him up. But we'll wake Violet. Shh, Violet came. Shh, Violet, come. We are going to run away again. If we don't run away, the baker will take Benny to the children's home. In the morning, the little girl woke up at once. She sat up and rolled off the bench. She did not make any noise. What shall I do? She whispered softly. Carry this, said Jessie. She gave her the work bag. Jessie put 2 loaves of bread into the laundry bag, and then she looked around the room. All right, she said to Henry. Take Benny now. Henry took his arms and carried him to the door of the bakery. Jessie took the laundry bag and opened the door very softly, and the children went out quickly. They did not say a word. Jessie shut the door, and they all listened. They all listened. Everything was very quiet, so the 4 children went down the street. That's the end of chapter 1. I might be taking this book home. I will ask Mimi, and I will be reading this book because I can mark this one. Because it's old, and also I can mark it because I just did, so I don't lose my spot in the book. So, bye everyone, and also subscribe.